Hold up. Did you just see what happened to SEI? Because if you missed this, you're about to kick yourself. Multiple bullish indicators just flipped green at the exact same time. MetaMask just onboarded 100 million users to SEI's ecosystem, and I've got a price target that's going to blow your mind. But before I reveal that number, you need to understand why this setup is absolutely insane right now. What's up, crypto fam? If you're new here, I break down the altcoins that could change your portfolio forever. And today, SEI might just be your golden ticket. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening with SEI right now, because this isn't just another pump and dump situation. We're looking at a convergence of technical analysis, fundamental catalysts, and market timing that rarely aligns this perfectly. First, let's talk about what SEI actually is. Because if you don't understand the fundamentals, you're basically gambling. SEI is a layer 1 blockchain that's been quietly building one of the most robust ecosystems in crypto. We're talking 4.2 million daily transactions. That's not some ghost chain, folks. That's real utility. But here's where it gets spicy. The token has been consolidating in a channel for weeks, and according to top analyst Ali, who's called some massive moves this cycle, we just got our first major bullish signal. The Supertrend indicator, which has been red for what feels like forever, just flipped green right at the bottom of SEI's trading range. Now I know what you're thinking. Another YouTuber talking about technical indicators? But hold on, because this isn't just one signal. We've got a stack of bullish data points that are all screaming the same thing. Let me show you exactly why I'm so bullish on SEI right now, because the weekly chart is painting a picture that could make early investors very, very happy. RSI. Sitting pretty at 51.316. This is crucial. The RSI is sitting in neutral territory, which means SEI isn't overbought like so many other altcoins right now. There's actual room for this thing to run without hitting immediate resistance. When you see an RSI around 50 with other bullish signals, that's when smart money starts accumulating. Stochastic showing 63.401. Buyers are in control. The stochastic oscillator is flashing a clear buy signal. This indicator measures momentum, and at 63.4, it's telling us that buyers are stepping in and gaining control. We're not in overbought territory yet, but we're showing that bullish momentum that precedes major moves. ADX at 28.924. Trend strength is building. Here's what most people miss about the ADX. It doesn't tell you direction, it tells you strength. At 28.9, we're seeing the trend gaining serious momentum. Anything above 25 suggests a strong trend is forming, and we're well above that threshold. Williams %R at minus 43.591, still room to run. This is the kicker. Williams %R is showing us we're nowhere near overbought levels. We've got plenty of runway before this thing hits resistance, and that's exactly what you want to see before a major breakout. But here's what's really got me excited. This just happened, and I don't think people understand the magnitude of this move. MetaMask just integrated SEI into their platform, giving their 100+ million users direct access to SEI's ecosystem. Think about this for a second. That's 100 million potential new users who can now access SEI native dApps without switching wallets, perform native swaps and bridging, trade SEI tokens and NFTs seamlessly, and experience what a true high-performance blockchain feels like. This isn't just a partnership announcement that pumps the price for a day. This is infrastructure-level adoption that creates real demand for SEI tokens. The ecosystem numbers don't lie. While everyone's been sleeping on SEI, look at these numbers. 4.2 million daily transactions. That's insane throughput. Over $600 million in total value locked. 30% spike in stablecoin market cap just this week, and Binance just reopened deposits and withdrawals after a successful upgrade. And here's the cherry on top. The SEC's clearer stance on staking has lifted DeFi sentiment across the board. SEI, with its institutional appeal and robust staking mechanisms, is positioned to benefit massively from this regulatory clarity. When you combine technical breakout signals with fundamental catalysts like MetaMask integration and regulatory tailwinds, you get the recipe for explosive price action. Alright, here's what everyone's been waiting for. Where is SEI actually going? Based on the technical analysis and the pattern SEI has shown in previous rallies, analyst Ali is calling for a move to 54 cents. Now let me break down why this isn't just hopium, it's actually conservative. From current levels around 30 cents, 0.35, a move to 54 cents represents roughly a 50 to 70% gain. In traditional markets, that would be astronomical. In crypto, That's just another Tuesday for a strong altcoin with solid fundamentals. But here's why I think Ali's target might actually be low. Historical pattern analysis. Looking at SEI's previous breakouts from similar channel patterns, we typically see 80 to 120% moves. If we apply that same pattern to current levels, we're looking at potential targets between 60 cents, 75 cents. The MetaMask multiplier effect. Here's what most analysts aren't factoring in. The MetaMask integration is a game changer. When 100+ million users suddenly have easy access to an ecosystem, adoption curves go parabolic. We saw this with other chains that got major wallet integrations, and the results were consistently explosive. Institutional money is watching. With the regulatory clarity improving and SEI's institutional-grade infrastructure, we're seeing early signs of institutional interest. When big money starts flowing into altcoins, retail price targets become irrelevant. My conservative target is 54 cents, 65 cents, and my aggressive target is 75 cents, $1. Now, before you mortgage your house, let me be crystal clear about risk management. How I'm playing this: I'm not going all in on SEI, but I am taking a significant position based on these confluence of factors. Here's my strategy. Initial entry, building position in the 30 cents, 35 cents range. Stop loss, below the channel support around 28 cents. Profit taking, 25% at 50 cents, 25% at 65 cents, holding 50% for the moonshot. Timeline expectations. Based on similar setups, I expect this move to play out over the next 4-8 weeks. Crypto moves fast, but sustainable rallies take time to build proper support levels. What could go wrong? Bitcoin dumps and takes the entire market down. General altcoin market loses momentum, SEI fails to break above channel resistance, and broader economic factors impact risk assets. But with the technical setup, fundamental catalysts, and timing all aligning, this is one of the highest conviction plays I've seen in months. Look, I've been doing this long enough to know that perfect setups like this don't come around often. When you have technical indicators, fundamental catalysts, and market timing all pointing in the same direction, you pay attention. SEI is positioning itself as the infrastructure play for the next wave of crypto adoption. With MetaMask's integration bringing 100+ million users into the ecosystem, regulatory tailwinds, and a technical breakout setup that's textbook perfect, this could be the opportunity that defines portfolios this cycle. Make sure you're subscribed because I'll be tracking this setup closely and updating you on any changes to the thesis. Drop a comment below with your SEI price predictions. I love seeing what you all are thinking. And remember, in crypto, fortune favors the prepared. Do your own research, manage your risk, but don't let perfect setups pass you by. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Cryptocurrency investments are highly volatile and risky. You could lose some or all of your investment. Always do your own research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I may hold positions in the cryptocurrencies mentioned in this video. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Only invest what you can afford to lose.